I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, not about where I'm going next, but about how I actually see myself right now. And I realized something. I don't think we ask ourselves that question enough. I had to admit some hard truths to myself without shame, without excuses. I procrastinate. I start projects with good intentions, full of hope and excitement, and sometimes I don't finish them. For a long time, I judged myself harshly for that. I told myself it meant I wasn't disciplined enough, or focused enough, or capable enough. But I'm learning something different now. Instead of beating myself up, I'm learning to forgive myself, take the lesson, and move forward. Because shame doesn't motivate us, shame keeps us stuck. Grace, on the other hand, grace helps us grow. Grace allows us to say, that didn't go how I planned, but I'm still worthy of trying again. Another truth I had to face is this: I don't always speak up, I hold things in. I minimize my feelings, I tell myself it's not that serious, or I just let it go. And sometimes I hope people will know what I need or how I feel. But unspoken expectations turn into silent disappointments. Honesty, especially with myself, is necessary for healing. Learning to speak up isn't about being loud or confrontational. It's about honoring my feelings enough to acknowledge them. And that starts internally, being honest with myself before I ask anyone else to understand me. Focus is another area I'm actively working on. I get distracted easily. Life pulls us from every direction: phones, responsibilities, other people's needs, unfinished thoughts. And when I'm distracted, I drift away from my own purpose. What I'm learning is that discipline isn't punishment. It's not about being hard on yourself. Discipline is about choosing what matters most over and over again. It's saying this matters to me, so I protect my time and energy, even if I start small, even if I have to keep recommitting. One of the biggest lessons I'm learning in this season is this: stop setting high expectations for people. People will disappoint you, not always because they're malicious or unkind, but because they're human. And when we put our peace in other people's hands, we give them power they were never meant to hold. So instead of placing unrealistic expectations on people, I'm learning to set expectations for myself, to show up even when I don't feel perfect, to be honest with myself and others, to stay committed, especially on days it feels slow, to give myself grace while I grow. This isn't self criticism, this is self leadership. And leadership doesn't start with control, it starts with truth: truth about who you are, truth about where you are, and truth about what you're willing to change with compassion. So I'll leave you with this: be honest with yourself, but be kind too. Growth doesn't require cruelty, it requires courage. And if you're in a season where you're seeing yourself more clearly than ever before, that doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means you're ready. Thank God for grace and thank God for Jesus. We're blooming together, and may heaven continue to smile upon your beautiful, amazing face on this happy Friday evening. Thank God it's